Hey everyone, I know, super weird non-K-pop video today, but I don't know, this topic has just fascinated me for so long and I needed to talk about it. So I will. And I was looking into it and I realized no one has really discussed this extensively. There are obviously so many videos talking about Ariana's looks and her style and her impersonators, but not why there are so many. And I want to talk about the obsession with looking like Ariana Grande because to me, it seems like there are so many Ariana impersonators, especially back in 2015 to 2018. And of course, you can chop it up to the fact that Ariana is obviously very famous and everyone wants to be her. But it has to be said, there are a lot of singers, actors, and famous people in general that might be on the same level of popularity as her, or maybe even more. And while they do have copycats here and there,
It's just Ashley.
no one has come close to the sheer volume of Ariana impersonators. So, what is going on? Ariana Grande, as literally everyone may know, is a world famous chart-topping singer. She started on Broadway but became more known with her work on Nickelodeon, as Cat Valentine on Victorious and then Sam and Cat.
Have you ever tried to get your whole big toe in your mouth? Check this out!
Since then, she has obviously made a huge name for herself in the music industry. She's been a judge on The Voice, released her own makeup company, and is starring as Glinda in the film adaptation of Wicked. So, safe to say, the girl has range. But one thing that has remained consistent throughout her entire career is a distinct look. Whether it be her red hair or her 1950s inspired dresses, her ponytail, her hoodies, eyeliner, etc. She never goes subtle. So there are a couple reasons why I personally think her looks have become so solidified in pop culture history and are just so iconic, beginning with the hair theory, which I found from TikToker Coco Moco.
Ariana Grande is a great example of the Hollywood hair theory and how to predict fame. Hi, I'm Coco Moco at Rican Media, and I've made a career off of accurately predicting trends and rising stars. The Hollywood hair theory is the idea that if someone is really going to stand out and become a household name, they have to have an iconic hair or look. She had the red hair when she was Cat on Nickelodeon. It was a really distinct, recognizable look, but she had to differentiate herself in an extreme way. And here's a pic of Ariana early on in her career without the half up, half down or the big ponytail. And of course, she's beautiful, she's talented, she would have been successful. I really feel like that ponytail elevated her. The ponytail really helped her stand out, and it kind of was like the blonde bob for Marilyn Monroe.
She mentions artists like Ice Spice, Billie Eilish, Marilyn Monroe, and Ariana Grande, and how their distinct hairstyles almost drove their star power, and it's true. They all have very distinct signature looks. It's almost like you could take them away from their look and still recognize it as them. But other celebrities like, say, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Kylie Jenner, while they have had distinct looks throughout the years and even a few eras of signature looks, if you take them away from some of their looks and ask someone not as chronically online as you and me to guess who it was, they would probably have a really hard time. As amazing as their style can be, it's just not as signature. So, in the essence of this iconic Givenchy ad, Ariana's look has its own brand and fandom. And this has always been the case with her, which I think is very telling of her fashion style and taste. The woman knows how to create a recognizable and iconic look. Starting off with her look as Cat Valentine on Victorious. Obviously, her cute persona, funny personality, and amazing voice made her a fan-favorite character, but Cat was a standout among the entire cast because of her hair. I mean, she was really the only character on that show who wasn't a brunette. People who didn't even know the show knew red hair, Cat. Ariana also went very method as the show went along, blurring the lines between Ariana and Cat.
I know, it's so crazy. I think iCarly should take it though.
Right.
I don't know what's going on over there, Disney. But
You're holding it down.
I think Dan Schneider should take one this year, and I think it should definitely be iCarly.
She began adopting the distinct Cat Valentine voice outside of the show and some of the cutesy mannerisms, rightfully leaving out some of the creepier elements of Cat behind.
Last night, my brother bit my foot.
Well, I don't need to know everything.
All that is to say, Ariana made Cat as a character very imitable. The voice, the hair, the wardrobe, and mannerisms were just so distinct, so very Cat. Of course, people love to dress up as Jade as well, but let's be honest. This archetype of the scary gothic girl, she's been done before. But Cat, she might have started out as just a ditzy girl, but it became a lot more. She was very girly, her mannerisms were more than just silly. She was, well, Cat. A character not like others done before, which is why a lot of people wanted to look or act like her. But while everyone on the internet was posting Cat Valentine makeup looks, Ariana decided to grow out of it. Ariana shed her red wig, keeping some of the hyper-feminized mannerisms, instead rebranding to this 1950s floral Jessica Day look. And rebranding is something we've seen Ariana do a lot, which I think comes from a sense of insecurity. Wait, let me explain. Despite how we see Ariana, it seems like she has always had a bit of a different view on herself. We know she's gorgeous and iconic, but even early on in her career, with her only wanting to be photographed from her left side or relying on her ponytail, it's almost like she wasn't very sure of herself or her look, which is so incredibly common when you're young and in show business. And she grew up around this industry obsessed with looks. It's bound to leave you with some thoughts. As common as it is for young women to experiment and change up their styles, Ariana's are always so complete and uniquely her. Despite being so very iconic, it's relatively easy to put on this persona of Ariana Grande, because even if you look absolutely nothing like Ariana Grande, you can adopt her mannerisms or voice because it's a complete and unique persona. She is very imitable, and if I want you all to take one thing away from this video, it's that imitable is actually a word. Even so, people like Billie Eilish and Ice Spice aren't as impersonated because guess what? For regular people who have to go to a 9 to 5 on Monday, neon green highlights and an Annie perm are a little harder to pull off than a ponytail. It's a temporary, easy to do hairstyle, but so very iconic, bringing us to her My Everything era. Following a rite of passage for Disney and Nickelodeon stars, Ariana adopted a more grown-up look, while still holding on to some of the same cutesy mannerisms because habit. But again, the mini skirts, the 60s-inspired dresses, the stronger-than-ever ponytail. Ariana was evolving. With back-to-back breakout hits, her music became the pop, capital P. This look stayed for a while, evolving to include elements like lace, leather, tighter-fitting clothing, that bustier crop top that featured in every Polyvore edit, the heeled boots, and then cat ears? I can yap for hours about the rest of it, but what was the deal with the cat ears? But hey, one thing Ariana knows how to do is make things iconic, and bam, cat ears were it. I remember wanting these too, but like, where was I gonna wear these? Middle school? And then we get to the street style era that led to the male XL hoodie shortage of 2018. I get the comfort element of the hoodie, but I think something that personally as a young girl drew me to Ariana's looks is just how feminine yet attainable it is. Despite being this huge star, a lot of her looks weren't reliant on big brands. Thigh-high boots and your dad's favorite hoodie? Slap on a huge ponytail and boom, you could transform into one of the most desired and popular artists. It's easy, it's iconic. I mean, who wouldn't want to be her? But while some of us admired from afar, maybe got a little bit of inspiration, others began to get a little too into it. And I won't go into specific impersonators because I feel like that's been done before and honestly, I don't care enough to. But let's just say, this era got us the Ariana sleeves and yeah. And then the position, REM, and the voice era, which if I were to be an Ariana impersonator, this is definitely the era I would have turned into because whoa, she is beauty, she's grace, and she was always serving face. And then we get to her now, and I know there are a lot of conversations surrounding her body and her hair and whatever, but I truly think she's so fucking tired of being known as a symbol and brand because at the end of the day, she's a person and she's bound to grow out of certain trends and styles, and it can get annoying and uncomfortable to either have people turn into your literal clone or find issues with everything you wear or decide to do to your face and hair. I, for one, think hyperfixating on anyone's looks is just not going to have the best effect on them, and I don't know, Ariana's always had a vintage influence on her looks, and you can definitely see inspirations, although modified by Ariana's modern style, pop out during different eras. And that all is to say, I do think Ariana has great style. I mean, you have to have so many people copy your every look. So if you have to take anything away from this, I'll just say Ariana can definitely add fashion icon to her list of accomplishments. But as of right now, I think personally, we should be laying off of talking about her looks as much. Because growing up in the industry has crazy repercussions on your mental health and self-image anyway, and growing up and going through that awkward phase is just even worse when it's in front of judgy eyes. Ariana is still very young, and I'm sure there are so many more distinct eras to come, and I'm super excited about that. But hyperfixating on one aspect of a person can not only creep them out, but if that aspect is something they aren't too sure about, it can definitely make them insecure of it. And you can definitely take inspiration from Ariana's fashion, she is an icon, but maybe dial down the cat voice and the bunny ears, especially if you're a grown adult on TikTok making lip sync videos. Find your own identity and your own style and let her live in hers. Besides, if we ever need help with fashion, we will always have Polybore. And that is all for this video. If you enjoyed and are still around, thank you so much, and I would really appreciate it if you liked this video and subscribe to my channel. I might start making videos like this on non-K-pop topics as well, just because, I don't know, I found myself being intrigued and having opinions on more than one industry. So yeah, let me know if you'd like me to talk about a specific topic or issue, and I'll see you soon in my next video.